In her debut season at the Metropolitan Opera, Emily D'Angelo sang in both La Clemenza di Tito and The Magic Flute, also the dialogue of the Carmelites. She's singing Dorabella in Così fan tutte with the Canadian Opera Company, and here at Santa Fe Opera, making her, I believe, Santa Fe Opera debut this year.
That's right, yeah.
So you're singing a lot of Mozart. Mm-hmm. Is that sort of by your choice or the choice of the people who are casting you right now?
I'd say it's a combination of many choices, starting with the choice of my actual voice, which likes to sing Mozart, and it suits, it's healthy for me to sing, and it feels good, and people seem to like it, so here I am.
How does a singer find that out about yourself? Is that part of your coaches guiding you to certain parts?
Yeah, it's a lot of trial and error for sure with a team. Definitely my teacher and I going through different repertoire and sort of finding what path could be the most healthy and the most artistically stimulating and interesting. But yeah, Mozart is definitely a starting point for a lot of people, and also a continuing point. It can kind of live with you for your entire career for most voices.
Does it take a lighter approach?
No, I would say not. Lighter singing is never something that I think about. I think a lighter mechanism, like different choices of what kind of air you're going to use, whether you're going to go full out or use a slightly more refined sound. But I would never think about singing lighter for this kind of sound. You got to give everybody your full voice.
So does Mozart write well for the voice?
Absolutely, yeah. Like he was a genius, and it's extremely exposed. You can't get away with much in this music. You really have to be on your toes.
Why? Because of the orchestration of the voices right out there.
Absolutely, and the way that he writes arias and especially ensembles is you can hear every single voice so clearly. That was sort of what he was. One of his many genius traits was being able to write these ensembles with such clear voicing that you never really can just sort of blend in and be in the background. Everyone can really hear you and what your voice and what your music is saying.
Is it similar to the ensembles in Mozart? Are they similar to the Rossini ensembles where everybody's just sort of overcome and shouting their ideas at the audience all at once?
I don't know. It's definitely can be very similar to Rossini in that there are arias and then there are group numbers where everyone is reacting in their own way to a given situation on stage. But the way that they write is different, and the transparency in Mozart's writing that is so complex and yet so clear is one of his unique things about his writing, I find.
So, Così fan tutte, roughly translated as so do they all, mm-hmm. Basically they being women.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the feminine fan tutte.
So the two characters in this, the two sisters, mm-hmm. have boyfriends.
Yes.
They're committed to, mm-hmm. and then they're tricked mm-hmm. somehow into going with their own boyfriends disguised as others.
Right. All
at the manipulation of one older man.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a scenario that plays nowadays?
It just depends on the production. It depends on the artists on the stage, and of course what the director sort of envisions this plot as trying to convey. Of course, there's always a deeper message within all of this. And I think in our production, trying to highlight the real human emotions that are going on because of and despite the sort of ridiculous scenario that is being presented.
Well, that's the
at face value.
It is a ridiculous scenario, mm-hmm. obviously.
Absolutely.
But the women also sort of, they continue to resist all the way up until late in the mm-hmm, opera, mm-hmm. and then what finally wins them over?
I think it's such a combination of things, and again, depending on the production, but I'm really interested in sort of the effect and the role that elders and adults have in the lives of mentoring young people. And when someone you trust and you don't know any better tells you that something is right, something is a good idea, given that these girls are supposedly 14, 15, 16, somewhere around there, then not that I think it's a good idea or that I forgive that, but that's what their master, their mentor is telling them is a good idea. And I think they know deep down what they want, and they make a decision given the circumstances, given their attraction to these people, and the word of someone they trust. And
then, of course, it all ends happily. Everybody, the disguises are revealed, and everybody's fine, and the romances fall back where they were supposed to in the end. How much of the music writing supports the character? I mean, there's some depictions of the sea and all of that stuff in the orchestra. As you go into the duet, say, with your sister, how much does that music help set you up for it?
Well, the music is sort of everything to that. It's the character. It gives you everything that you could want to find in your own character. It's in the music, and of course you can decide to interpret it this way or that, and depending on what the maestro may want as well, that has an effect on it. But Mozart's writing is full of hints and ideas about what he actually thinks about these people.
And you're singing with Amanda Majeski. How's that?
It's fantastic. We've never sung together before, but we're just having a blast. It's only day 2 and having a really good time. She's amazing.
And you're new to the Santa Fe Opera. She has some experience here. Are you getting the tips?
Oh yeah, everyone has tips here. You know, it's a big family, so it's like, where do I eat? Where's the practice room? Where's this? Everyone knows everything. So I'm just getting all the tips and tricks.
And everyone carries around a water bottle. And
oh yes, definitely. You hydrate a lot here. It's pretty dry out there.
Where'd you come from?
I was right before this. I was in LA, so it was not the farthest trip. But before then, I'm based in New York. So
but either way, you're coming from sea level to over a mile high.
Yes.
So
yes, yeah. You definitely feel it, especially the first day. I was very aware of my heartbeat in a way that I'm not usually. Are
you rehearsing in any kind of costumes and corsets or anything?
No, there are no corsets as far as I know in the show, which is nice. And I haven't been fitted for my costume yet, so I don't have any rehearsal wear. But Amanda has some like a rehearsal skirt and things like that. So
that's all yet to come.
Exactly, it's in the works.
Well, thank you so much, and just can't wait to see it.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.